It's in France, in Limoges, and nowhere else that our craftsmen carry on to perfection a tradition that is more than 200 years old. Limoges porcelain. An unequalled knowledge of a process that starts with an ideal mixture of kaolin, feldspar, water and our expert craftsmen. Limoges has created products the likes of which have graced the most refined tables. Let our craftsmen guide you through the manufacturing process of this noble handmade product. From earth, through flame, and finally to you. Before a piece can be produced, a plaster mold must be created which will give the shape and design of the finished item. A kaolin-based solution is created by adding to the paste just the right quantity of water. This base, combined with our expertise, is the essence of your dinner service. Let us follow, for example, the manufacturing of your soup tureen. The liquid kaolin is poured into a plaster mold, enabling the absorption of excess water and leaving the paste to stick to its circumference until the required thickness has been obtained. The paste is then poured out of the mold and the excess around the edges is trimmed off. With the utmost care, the tureen is lifted from the mold. Finally, the tureen has its handles carefully attached with the same kaolin paste working as glue. Your tureen, as does every single piece of the service without exception, then passes through caring hands under a watchful eye, as it is dusted, cleaned and retouched. A careful check is made at this stage for flaws and imperfections. Your service is taking shape. It is then fired for the first time at 900 degrees. At this point, it becomes what is known as biscuit. The biscuit remains porous and loses up to 14% of its initial size. It is now ready for the next stage, glazing. After another check is made to eliminate any faulty or defective pieces, all items are dipped by hand into a bath of glaze. Pieces with lids will have their edges unglazed to avoid fusion when firing. The base and the lid of the tureen, for example, are fired together to avoid distortion, so that they are a perfect fit. The second firing, also called the big fire, reaches 1400 degrees and gives the piece its whiteness and shine. After firing, the porcelain pieces are finished. But the adventure continues in our caring, expert hands. Each piece is again examined in minute detail. If we detect the slightest imperfection in a piece, it is discarded. Raw material from clay to porcelain, combined with our expertise and the passion of our craftsmen, is what has made the reputation of Limoges porcelain. But our journey is not over yet. Now the decorators join the process. The artist, following a 200-year-old tradition, applies a gold or platinum decor to the edge of the piece with great precision. A chosen design is finally applied to each piece of the service. Exquisite and exceptional hand painting is carried out. Each brushstroke making each piece unique, adding again to the value of the service. Finally, for those who wish to make their service totally unique, initials or family arms in gold or platinum may be applied. Initials which have become rare due to the lack of experienced artists are also applied by hand, and a final firing is now carried out. Your service will remain in the family as an heirloom and will be handed down through the generations, allowing the work of these extraordinary craftsmen from Limoges to continue to enchant our hearts. A steady hand follows meticulously the original artist's painting. Colours must be mixed to obtain the correct tone and shade. Hand painting an entire service takes years of training and expertise. And it is at Limoges that you can still find this remarkable art. The service is placed again in the kiln and is fired at between 800 and 1200 degrees, depending on the paint and colour. Your dinner service from Limoges will be fixed for eternity.